Let's talk about it. Stockton birthday party shooting. What's good, Savvy Crew? I'm coming back with another video. Now this one is a little different. I don't did like, you know what I'm saying, I said I graded the whole little shit, you feel me? I ain't put in OBS studios and everything. So I'm trying to look something different on this one. But anyways, I ain't gonna waste no time. Let's just jump into it, man. So this is on the Stockton birthday party shooting that happened. The reason I am covering a video on this is because me personally, believe it to be cap. I ain't seen no other videos on this yet. I seen it about like a couple days ago, or maybe no, actually yesterday, or maybe about 2 days ago. I seen it, and it popped up on my YouTube feed. So I decided that I was gonna look into it and see if it was real or not. Now I just did a little bit more, not really research, but I just like did a little bit more digging, you know what I'm saying, and trying to find out some shit. And now first we're gonna start off with this video right here.
All I can say is that I'm sorry. If I could do anything to prevent this, I would. I threw a birthday party for my little daughter. She actually turned 2, and I just wanted all my family to come together. Everybody's getting together around and just start cutting the cake, and all we heard was gunshots, and everybody just fell to the ground. It was just unexpected. I actually thought it was my balloons popping. It was gunshots, and I'm just so shocked and lost.
Now, do you see? Now, listen. If you see what's on her neck, it say Choke Biddy or Choke City. We gonna go through the comments and everything. Supposedly, well, we gonna wait. We gonna wait till all that. We gonna wait.
Really, I'm lost of words. I'm speechless, and I just want.
But I'm pretty sure. I mean, even a person that never really heard a gunshot before will probably could tell the difference between a balloon and a gunshot. But I don't know. That maybe I'm just tripping.
Like, say I'm sorry to all the mothers out there that lost their kids at my birthday party. My sister actually got shot. My cousin got shot. My son's friend got shot. My
Now, the reason, once again, well, actually, I don't think I said it, but the main reason I'm doing this video is because I believe that it is a sacrifice. It is either a blood ritual because blood was shed. That's really what it actually. That's all it. I believe that's what it is. And
3 of my friends
we gonna get into why in a second.
got shot. I work with the youth. And this is why it's really hurting me, because I see youth all day. I see kids all day. I'm a mother of 3. So for me to see kids on the floor and just bleeding and I can't help them, and I help people that I help the youth at my job, it was hurting me not to help them on the floor. All I can say is that I'm sorry.
You heard all them people that got shot, right? Now I don't know if they died. Now I know there was 4 that died, but she just named some people that I didn't even hear until I seen this short. So let's go look at the comments real quick. It say LOL, she know why this happened. It's written all over her neck. Now they trying to say it's because of gang violence. That's what I'm gonna get into in a second. But that's what they use that for. They if like for rappers and shit, when they die, so called pass away, they say it was over like some gang violence or some drugs or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Something of that sort, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, everybody talking about the tattoo on her neck and shit. Motherfucking yeah, man. It say why would you, and then it say why would you throw a party with 200 gangbangers for a freaking 2-year-old? She bought that life too. Okay, so now let's get into it, man. Let's go to why Actually, let's go to this video real quick. It's a 22-minute
Smart
video.
founders know something most people
I might
miss.
not
Get
watch
your
it all.
domain name even if you're not ready to launch your business.
Like, you know, I had her in my arms, and then I dove down there, and then I look back over and I see people running away from my son, and I see my son laying there crawling, and I'm like, damn, Amari.
Now I don't know about y'all, but when somebody cries, usually there's tears, right? So let's
at this point, the gunman left out of the building.
Now I don't know. Now I can't say because if you go watch my Kanika Jenkins videos, will sum up perfectly what's going on kinda right here. Who knows if the people's family who got shot was in on it? Who knows who knows how many people was in on it? But it's definitely something behind it.
And I had my baby and my girl was in the corner, and they had all ran out the back door. So I'm like, I'm on top of Amari. I'm trying to grab him. I'm like trying to see where he's hit, because he's just sitting there just going. And I'm just like, man, I'm like, where you hit at? Where you hit at? And I look, and he had a hole the size of a nickel on his chest. And I'm just like, oh God, like, what am I going to do? And the bullet where it was at, it was like near his heart. And I'm just like, I'm trying to like soothe him and tell him keep fighting, and I, you know, I tried to I wanted to give him CPR, but I didn't want to move him any certain way to where like I would have made matters worse. And then bullets started coming back in there, boom 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 boom, bullets started coming back, but he didn't. The shooter didn't come back in the building. They stood at the door and was shooting, and so I grabbed him. And I drug him and the baby to the side, and I gave my girl the baby, and I tried to get on the phone and call 911, but it was so I couldn't even think of what the address was, like, you know, and me being as a dad, I feel like I failed at that because I didn't know exactly where we was at, but I didn't know it was gonna be a damn massacre.
So first off, how would you not know where you gonna be at? I don't even like to go places I know where I'm finna go most of the time. I would rather stay home. You feel me? So how you not gonna know where you going before you going, especially if you got your kids with you and you taking your kids to somebody else's house for somebody else's party anyways, nigga. My mama wouldn't even let me step foot off in somebody else's house without her getting to know the parents type shit. So my nigga, you got it, like where the address, the house is, all that shit. You feel me? So ain't no way. You feel me? Everything about this just screams. Of course, because it's the news. They always leave shit out, leave important details out and shit like that. But no, I mean, bro, come on, man.
You know, yeah, so she ended up calling, and I was sitting right there, and then
let's scroll. Let's hit the comment real quick. Let's hit the comment. It's a where'd it go? There you go. This was one of the comments. I read kind of mostly all them top comments, but I want to go to this one right here. To walk into a child birthday party and start shooting is evil. I cannot understand that level of evil. Now there is some people out here that will probably do some shit like that. That's, you know what I'm saying, that don't give a fuck. But now that for that to happen, I mean that's a very rare event, bro. But it's hold on, where it go? I don't know where the comment went, but pretty much. Let me see if I can find it. I'll show more reply. I don't know where it went, but nah. But yeah, man, there was somebody that pointed something out in the comments that it was pretty a key.
They said the police are here after about like I say 2 or 3 minutes of the chaos going on. They was saying the police, and I'm like, well, where they at? Because my son is in here dying. It's little girls, it's people in here laying down like hit. So I'm like, where are the police at? They like, oh, they outside. They don't want to come in because they think there's somebody in here. I'm like, I think there's somebody in here. So then, like, you know, the girl came and she was like, you got to put pressure on, the wound. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to put pressure on it. Then she come and put pressure on it. And then they was like, you got to give him CPR. So I start blowing on him, and blood the blood just kept, the blood. Oh, God. The blood just kept.
So, bro, ain't no way he just like, I don't know, bro. That didn't look too what is that word I'm looking for? I can't find the word I'm looking for, but pretty much that didn't look authentic to me, bro. Ooh, God. That didn't look authentic to me, bro.
Out his face, and I'm like, man. So I just started trying to give him CPR, and the girl started pumping on his chest, but I'm trying to keep something over his chest. And then the police come running through the door with their guns, acting like they superheroes, but everybody in here hitting. They running out the back door where all the kids went. All the people that's trying to survive then ran out the back. Y'all chasing somebody who ain't even out here, like, you know, hurting nobody. I'm like, the kids is right here that's hurt, laid out. So then they come around me talking about, oh, you know what, let us do our job and this and that. And they gave the girl like a foot wrap thing or whatever, and they said put pressure on the wound. So then we keep pumping. He was like 30 pumps and give him CPR. So then we working that, and then I'm just sitting there looking like this ain't working. I'm like, I gotta get up out of here. So I'm like, son, up, man, just hold on. And I'm like, where's the ambulance? And they was like, oh, the ambulance just got here. I'm thinking the ambulance coming out. The police get around me like, oh, let us do our job. I'm like, y'all ain't doing y'all letting my son die. So then I run outside, the ambulance still out there in the damn street. They out here trying to tell motherfuckers outside, oh, don't do this, don't do that. So I had to grab one of the paramedics. I'm like, man, my son is dying. I'm not finna let my son die in here like that. So then we ran back in there, and then he was like, oh, we gotta get him outside. So then, you know, we picked him up, and then we just carried him all the way outside to the street and laid him out on the street. Then they got this machine to, like, you know, the pump just keep pumping his heart. And, you know, like, they was like, we got to get him on the gurney. Like, we got to get him on the gurney now. And then this girl out here laid out. They got old boy out here laid out. So then they put him on the gurney, and then I'm like, man, can I ride back there with him? They was like, nah, you can't ride back here. You can ride in the front, though. And I'm just like, man, like on the movies, like, they always let people ride in the back. So I'm just kind of tripping, like, why they ain't letting me ride in the back? So then they was like, oh, it's too many cars, it's too much people out here, so we're gonna have to wait and we're gonna make an entry, we're gonna have to make an exit.
They let her ride her back because, I mean, I think because it was a sacrifice and they know what was going on.
So I'm like, all right, well, whatever you gotta do, we need to get there. So they make a little exit to get out of there, and I asked the paramedic, like, okay, like, why y'all driving so slow? Like, anytime I see the paramedics, like, they doing 100. He like, oh, well, we gotta drive at a certain speed so, you know, they can do their job back there. So I was like, man, that's understandable. Like, I understand that, because I'm like, okay, I'm panicking right now, but, like, at the same time, I'm like, I don't want them to get in the accident or something else happen and we don't make it to the hospital. So I had to calm myself down. So when we get to the hospital, this is probably around like 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And I keep asking him, like, is he all right? I'm like, is he all right? I'm like, I'm already keep fighting. And I'm just, you know.
My nigga don't look sad at all. But not only that, like, hold on. The wife look more, the girlfriend, wife, whatever, look more distraught than he do. But once again, it's probably because either she just a good actor or because she not in on it, don't know what's going on. But he might be. I don't know.
And it's just like going through my head over and over and over. My baby just sitting there.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're
It's going over and over about my baby. So she called. She tell me that that KK got hit, but KK is okay. And I'm like, okay, thank God. I'm like, okay, I seen my baby. And then I'm like, where's Pierre? Because in the midst, then he was lost. And they was like, oh, he's fine. So when we get to the hospital, they like, oh yeah, when we get there, you gonna have to go out here, and they just basically led me out to another room, and I'm just like, why y'all sending me out to a room? Why y'all don't take me up there with my son? Why can't I be in the same triage with him and just see him fight, or just be there to hold his hand or anything? They didn't let me do none of that. That's why I think my son was already gone before we even got to the hospital. So
Hold on, before let me make sure my my camera ain't in the way real quick. Scoot that down at the bottom. Alright. Now let's go back.
after 7, 8 hours of just waiting at the hospital, they keep telling people, oh, we can't give anybody any information because we trying to get everybody's we trying to interview everybody and get all the questions that we need. But I had been interviewed twice, and I had already talked to an officer. So at this point, I'm done talking. I'm trying to figure out where my son is and how and what's his condition. They just so then like about an hour later, they come back downstairs with my son's jeans all cut up. He was like, "Oh, we had the officer give me my son's jeans. Talking about we had to cut up his pants to get him off of him." And then I'm looking, he got feces on it. I'm like, I'm
finna take this back real quick, bro. Hey, I'm new at this. Hold on, I'm new at it, bro. But let me put it down just a little more so I can put it on full screen. Yeah. Hold on. All right, let's go.
give me my son's jeans. Talking about we had to cut up his pants to get him off of him. And then I'm looking, he got feces on it. I'm like, man, like, why, like, what's going on? Like, is he okay? Oh, I can't tell you that. So I'm just like, okay, so now I'm feeling like, okay, this is bad because, they done gave me, y'all done came down here and gave me a pair, the only jeans he had on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just gave me some and I'm like, okay, so what's going on? Like, cause we was the first ones there from that incident, so I'm like, damn, should I be getting the news first? And then other people just start coming in, and then it was just a whole waiting game, and then they didn't really start answering questions until a lady spoke up, and then people started getting angry, like, we've been here for 6 hours and y'all ain't said nothing, and y'all telling people that we coming down here and we gonna talk to y'all. Then they come down there and was like, oh, we don't have any answers for y'all. And then they just came back down there and said, oh, we waiting on the sheriff department to get more answers. And we like, well, answers from who? Because everybody here was either at this party and we told y'all whatever we knew, and all we seen was one gunman, and I don't even think everybody seen the gunman.
So all we seen there, he just contradicted himself. But not only that, in the end, he said he seen who exactly it was, but don't know who it was.
Because as soon as he came in there shooting, people just took off running. I was the only person that actually got to see the gunman because I looked dead at him when he started shooting, but he had on all black. What else you want me to tell me? Well, tell you, like, he had on all black, he had a mask. You know what I'm saying? And like, I can't say he was light-skinned, dark-skinned, had long hair, short hair. I don't even know his name. I barely even knew half of the people. And I know...
He said, I barely knew his name. Whoa, let's...
You know what I'm saying? And like... I can't say he was light-skinned, dark-skinned, had long hair, short hair. I don't even know his name. I barely even knew half of the people. And
but duh, you ain't gonna know his name, my nigga. Unless you knew, and you knew who it was.
People probably right. Oh, they shouldn't even been there. But like, you ain't gonna know until you was put in a situation where you like, okay, well maybe not. Like, yeah, I would have rather not.
Now I ain't gonna say I know what I would do, but I know what I would do because I don't wait till a situation happen to think of something to do, my nigga. I plan for some like I like I say, if this go down, this is what I do. And then I also train myself to stay calm in situations. Because if you don't stay calm, that's where everybody fuck up. Because then, nigga, you get to doing shit. and don't know what the fuck you doing. So you got to train yourself to stay calm so you know what you doing. I mean, yes, your adrenaline gonna be pumping and rushing, but your mind just can't be, you know what I'm saying? You got to stay focused. Like it's training, my nigga. If you was in football, basketball, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You train for that moment, for them games. So when you get to the game moment, you don't over complicate, or you know what I'm saying? You can perform doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
To the party, my son really didn't want to go. He wanted to go play night hoops, but we was invited by some family friends, and I don't associate with everybody that was in that party. I was there on the behalf of my baby, my daughter, and my younger kids, because the person who threw the party, her son.
Now stuff don't always work out as, you know what I'm saying, as planned, but my nigga, I mean, now, like I said, you never know what you would do in a situation, but if you plan for the situation, at least you would have some type of guiding rails to know what to do into the situation, instead of just getting into the situation and then just swerving everywhere, my nigga. Just, you know what I'm saying, everywhere with this shit, don't know what the fuck to do.
Played with my son. You know, her daughter is the same age or a year older than my little baby girl. Her mama birthday is the same day as my daughter's. So that's where these connections just started coming in at. Like, whoever else was there, I had no social relationship with them or anything like that. The only thing was that they were associated with people that are rapping out of that area, and my son so-called listened to some of their music or knew about them and just wanted to meet somebody. That's just like me wanting to meet the
Whoa, let's take this back.
I had no social than my little baby girl. Her mama birthday is the same day as my daughter's. So that's where these connections just started coming in at. Like, whoever else was there, I had no social
Hold on.
and I don't associate with everybody that was in that party. I was there on the party. My son really didn't want to go. I can't say he was light skinned, dark skinned, had long hair, short hair. I don't even know his name. I barely even knew half of the people. And I know people are probably right. Oh, they shouldn't even been there. But like, you ain't gonna know until you was put in a situation where you like, okay, well, maybe not. Like, yeah, I would have rather not have went to the party. My son really didn't want to go. He wanted to go play night hoops. But we was invited by some family friends. And
So hold on. First off, no, nigga, none of that just makes sense. Okay, so he didn't even want to really go, or his son didn't even want to really go. But then he ended up saying that his son wanted to go because there was some people there that was rapping, and he wanted to go be this.
I don't associate with everybody that was in that party. I was there on the behalf of my baby.
So some family friends invited him, but he don't associate with everybody on behalf of that party.
My daughter and my younger kids, because the person who threw the party, her son, played with my son.
Okay, so the person who threw the party, which was that first lady we watched with the neck tattoo, his son knew her son and wanted to go to the party. Okay,
Her daughter,
but did, or what he said,
son, played with my son. You know.
So did they invite him? And then they said they didn't really want to go, him or his son, but they didn't know anybody there at the same time too.
Her daughter is the same age or a year older than my little baby girl. Her mama birthday is the same day as my daughter's. So that's where these connections just started coming in at. Like, whoever else was there, I had no social relationship with them or anything like that. The only thing was that they were associated with people that are rapping out of that area, and my son so-called listened to some of their music or knew about them and just wanted to meet somebody. That's just like me wanting to meet the Jacka or Mac Dre or somebody that from my era. Like that, like.
When you have the perfect
So
response in
which
your head,
one
your
was
fingers
it?
just can't keep up. We've all been there, typing, deleting, retyping.
Which one is it? Did he go because he wanted to meet some rapping people, or did he go because he was invited by the family or the lady who so called through the party or whatever?
I don't live. Yeah, I at one point I was trying to do music and everything, but me as a father, I knew I had to change because of what the rap was turning into. And now that my son is gone, I don't think I fully changed enough, because if I should have told him to stay away from him. I should have said, they gonna be there? No, we ain't going to that party. But at the same time, I was just trying to show a little bit of love back for the people that came and show my people love. Because, you know, when I was throwing my baby's birthday parties, like, I'm like, well, who gonna come? We gonna throw a party. Who gonna come? They showed up. Yeah. They brought gifts. They showed love.
Wait, so what? So my nigga, so you didn't know him. Wait, what?
I was just trying to show a little bit of love back for the people that came and show my people love, because, you know.
So he went to the party because he was trying to show love to the people who showed love to him. So did you know him or not, my nigga?
When I was throwing my baby's birthday parties, like, I'm like, well, who gonna come? We gonna throw a party. Who gonna come? They showed up. Yeah. They brought gifts. They showed love. And at the time, like, they was the ones that was only showing love, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like, okay, well, we could go show love to their babies. And that's the only reason why I was there. I didn't have, I don't have no, I don't have, man, I ain't got shit to do with, my son didn't have nothing to do with nothing in that party. And now I feel unsafe. I feel like the weight of the world is deeply, heavily crushing me right now, because just by me being a black man in America trying to even survive out here to get a good paying job, or
and now you gotta push this into the narrative,
build a small business to even take care of my family, to pay bills and do whatever I gotta do, just the weight of that, and just being a dad and being able to watch over your kids even when you gotta go and gotta leave them, like, and for me to be just in a situation like that and to lose a son, and I want my son to be known. I don't want him to go. He was already known, but I don't want him to die in vain and nobody remember him, and it just, oh, that was just Amari, my 14-year-old son that could have been somebody, is just gone now because you is out here playing like y'all somebody, and y'all ain't y'all here shooting at babies and like, come on now, like. So that's why I'm here. You know, that's why I'm doing this interview, because I want the world to see and to know about my son. The way he would just look up to me.
Oh, you finna know now.
The way he was looking up to me, and him just growing up, and I would wake him up every day. I go to the gym and I'm like, Mari, you gotta get ready for football. You gotta come to the gym with me in the morning. I used to be like, nah, Dad, I can't go. I gotta grow. I'm trying to get 6 foot by I get to high school. And I was like, all right, man. But I didn't have the love. I didn't have the parents. I didn't have everything that I gave him. I didn't have a mama and a daddy and a brother and a sister and a brother and a sister. I didn't have none of that. I just had me and my mom and my sister, and I had to go through this the hard way. And I try to make life the way it's supposed to be for somebody. Oh man, I just love you, son. And like, baby, please, if there is some type of psychedelical way or some type of way that I can see you again and I can hold you, come see me. Come tell me that you are okay. Because I want to know that you went to heaven and you didn't die in vain. Because that's all I wanted, was you to just be somebody. But I knew that he was gonna touch the world and he was gonna be somebody. But I didn't know it was gonna happen like this. Mm-hmm. Mama said it was gonna be days like this, but she never said it was gonna be days like this. Never.
My nigga still trying to rap or something. That's what I'm saying. Is there's gotta be some type of sacrifice or something. And look at this, bro.
Years, I would have never.
Why they got chicken in the background on the altar or something with a candle? My nigga, what is this going on with a biscuit back there? Look like some KFC.
My baby would go out like this and shit was gonna happen, and he was gonna get murdered in cold blood at a little kid's birthday party. I don't know how I am going to live. I have to be strong for my family. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I barely struggle with how I'm gonna pay my bills month to month.
I mean, it look like he being pretty strong right now. Look like,
Oh, how I'm gonna do that? I barely struggle with how I'm gonna pay my bills month to month. I struggle with how I'm going to make it from day to day to day.
This game, you're not ready for.
Oh, they took my baby. They took my baby. There's nothing like him. There's nothing like him, man. When I talk about one of a kind, rare, like that's what he was.
How do you want Amari to be remembered? And what are your favorite memories with him? What was Amari like as a kid?
Man, he was just a great kid, man. He was like the golden child, man. He got straight A's. He was a good student. He was a good team player. He was athletic. He he loved basketball. He loved football. He loved riding bikes. He loved popping wheelies. He loved. He was a good.
As a kid.
Man, he was just a great.
I can't really see a tattoo. I was trying to see a tattoo. See what that tattoo say.
The golden child, man.
Because you know tattoos be giving it away and shit sometimes. I was just trying to see what
bikes.
that said.
He loved popping wheelies. He loved making his little money off selling his bikes and stuff. He didn't like being yelled at, just like me. He didn't like being scolded. He loved his brother and sister dearly. He would always, mess with his little brother, but in a sense, like, it was just him, trying to keep him tough. He loved his baby sister. He loved his mama dearly. Like, like, you couldn't ask any more from God to have a son like that. You couldn't ask any more from God to have a baby like that. Where you just like, damn, man. Like, I can't even get mad at you for having the stuff that you do, and what you don't do is just like, that's just Mari. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was always happy. He was just always happy, always smiling. His smile would just light up the sky. Like, man, like, oh my God, they took my baby. They took my baby. They took my baby. And I don't mean that, I don't know, like, disrespectful to anybody else who lost their kid, but they took my golden boy, man. Like, people knew in this community that my son was gonna be somebody, My son was going where he had it up here. One thing that was different about me, I never gave up on my kids. And every time I had a kid, it was a surprise. Like, I never knew, like, oh, month 1, oh, I got a baby coming. It was like 4 months in, boom, 5 months in, you got a baby on the way. So it was just like, I was surprised with him. I was surprised with Mari. I was surprised with KK. I was surprised with BB. I was surprised with Kamaya. Like, all these were just blessings just coming to me, like, bam, 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 bam. But then I'm like, man, how I'm gonna do this? How I'm gonna take care of all these kids? How I'm gonna just be able to just be there and be able to just do everything that everybody else is doing and just be the man that I'm supposed to be and take care of my family and get a big house and get them their own room and buy them shoes and clothes whenever they need it, whenever they want, whatever they ask for. I struggled, so I did whatever I can do. Like, I cut hair, I paint houses, I worked on houses, I did whatever. I worked at the school, I did everything to be there, to provide for my family. And all I was trying to do was just be there with my family and have a good time, and for him, and just have a family outing. And I didn't go there because of these people were going to be there. I just went there because my wife wanted to go, because they asked to bring my baby girl over there because it was a baby's party.
So which one was it, man? Which one was it? First he said that he didn't want to go, or his son. Then he said his son wanted to go. because it was rappers and shit that was gonna be here, some neighborhood rappers. Then he said that that they went because they got invited by the family's mom, the mama, whoever that was throwing a party. Now he's saying he was going because his wife wanted to go and his daughter or some shit. Hold on.
Hey, they asked to bring my baby girl over there.
And they asked to bring the baby girl over there.
Because it was a baby's party. So we wanted our babies to be together. I didn't know all these other people was gonna be there and be doing all this crazy mess. So like I ain't gonna never let us down, and I don't feel safe. My kids don't feel safe. My wife don't feel safe. The hardest thing was like, okay, it's bullets flying. Which baby do I go for? Which one do I go for? Then people running everywhere. I'm like, oh, I didn't lost sight of him. I'm like, damn, I gotta find. She was the first one that I seen, so I grabbed her. Yeah. Then he was the second one, but it was too late. So I don't know. Maybe I should have just went for him first. Maybe I should have just, knowing that I heard the gunshots, I should have just ran to him first.
Like, listen up. If staff abused you while you were locked up in juvie, you are not just stuck with the trauma. You could be looking at 300 grand or more.
Oh my God. I just don't want to ever experience nothing like that again. I can't even sleep. I can't eat. I ain't slept in 3 days. I ain't ate really nothing in 3 days. Like, I don't know.
Somebody is. There's some damn chicken back that bit. Look like from KFC or something. Popeye.
I'm supposed to go on. My mental health, I work at the schools. I can't even be around kids no more. Like,
whoa, I ain't even catch that connection, but you realize that, hold on.
School kids that are...
He just said he work around kids, and also the mother that was throwing the party or whoever with the neck tattoo work around kids.
That's trying to be like, I can't be in the setting like that no more. So how am I going to... How am I gonna provide for my family if I can't even do my job because of all this? Like, I don't know, man. This don't even make no sense, man.
It really don't.
It don't. My baby ain't coming home ever again. Ever again. It's like I want to die just so I can be with my son. I don't want to live no more just so I can be there with him, so I can hold him. It's just so painful for me to just see my son there dying. And not only, like, I'm trying to save him and them. I don't know if anybody has ever experienced anything like that. It's horrific. Like, I thought horror movies were scary. No. Horror movies are not scary. What's horrifying is seeing your kids and seeing bullets flying everywhere and you trying to save them. There's always going to be a void in my heart now, and all my family, all my kids, my daughter, she got hit. I could have lost her, you know, and she it's going to change her for life. My son, it's going to change him for life. Him and Amari share the same room. He can...
Boy, nigga, that shit... She was looking like, nigga, that shit ain't even true, my nigga. Like,
son is gonna change him for life. Him and Amari share the same room. He can't even sleep in the same room no more. You know what I'm saying? They having nightmares. My wife, how you think she feel? That's her baby.
What would you want to say to Amari?
I would tell like what I would tell him every day, son. I love you, baby boy. I love you with all my heart, and I wish I would have been able to take that bullet for you, or I wish I would have been able to save you from all this happening to you. And I tried to do what I can, and Daddy is sorry, and Daddy love you, and Daddy miss you. Daddy ain't gonna never be right without you. Daddy ain't gonna never be right without you. That boy changed me. He made me into the man. He changed me into being a man. baby, just come see me, just come help me, just put your hands on me, just come soothe my soul so I can at least get some rest, so I can keep fighting, so I can keep fighting for your brothers and sisters, baby. And I'm sorry, Daddy is sorry.
I don't know who that is. That might be maybe another one that got hit. I don't know. I don't know who that is. I don't know why they even zoomed
for the
in
rest
on.
of my life. I was saying for the rest of my life, every day I wake up, every day I go to sleep, baby, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is
Yeah,
what
I
I want?
don't know,
With
man.
Wix,
Okay,
you
so
can.
let's go. Now, this is the reason why.
Authorities in Stockton are continuing to
Well,
search for the
this ain't
shooter
the
who
reason
killed
why,
4
but
people and left 13 others injured.
2 men at Saturday's birthday party were arrested, but officials say they are not considered suspects in the shooting, but were
this
arrested
was
for
not.
parole
Hold on.
violations. KCRA 3's Anahita Jafari sat down with one of those men behind bars. Anahita, what did he tell you?
Well, 25-year-old Billy Williams is currently in San Joaquin County Jail. He tells us he doesn't know who the shooter is or why someone would choose to come to a birthday party and shoot at children or other people that were inside. He says that he agreed to speak with us earlier today, so we went to the jail to sit down with him about what happened that night at the party. We do want to warn you, some of these details are hard to hear. Take a look at some of these videos from that night. He says he was there for a birthday party and thought he heard balloons popping, but really they were gunshots. He said his back was turned against the entrance, so he didn't know who was shooting at them. He says he saw one little girl lying on the floor. He also saw Amari after he got shot as well. Williams tells me when police arrived, he says they took a long time to get into the building. He says he was trying to help carry the kids out and help them.
There's a bunch of kids there. I really, like everybody else says that they seen something, but really I was already turned around to the kids. So I just heard shots. So I didn't like, I was turned around to the kids. Like, I just started to run after all the kids that I seen fall. And I started to carry them, and I noticed that when the police came that they didn't run to the kids. They were like still pointing the guns. And I was like, the kids is dying. And they wouldn't listen.
He says he and Luciano Guerrero are in jail right now because they are on parole and they were here at the scene of the shooting when it happened. He tells us at this point, all he cares about is getting out and seeing his family. Live in Stockton, I'm Anahita Jafari, KCRA 3 News.
Did he happen to say anything, Anahita, about someone at the party being targeted?
Okay, I think
for
that's
that
it on that.
We know that a lot of people have been asking this, and I did ask him that question as well. He says he doesn't understand why, if somebody inside was targeted, why somebody would come and shoot at children and innocent people. He says he doesn't understand why that might have happened, but we'll have more of that full conversation.
We're gonna go to this one.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete.
Oh, I feel like.
Okay,
like my
cool.
son
I got
ain't
it right there
never,
too.
ever,
I wanted to watch this next.
ever coming back. That scares me, cause he's alone. He ain't never been alone. My son ain't never been alone. Look at his family. We always been there for him, from the womb to the tomb.
All I can say is that I'm sorry to all the mothers and children out there. If I could do anything to prevent this, I would. I threw a birthday party for my little daughter. She actually turned 2, and I just wanted all my family to come together, and everybody's getting together around and just start cutting the cake, and all we heard was gunshots, and everybody just fell to the ground. It was just unexpected. I actually thought it was my balloons popping. It was gunshots.
Saturday, November 29th, 2025. A toddler's second birthday party in Stockton, California. Balloons, cake, over 100 family members packed into a small banquet hall on Lucille Avenue. Then the doors opened and multiple gunmen sprayed the room with gunfire. 15 seconds, 15 people shot. 4 never made it out alive. Suzanne.
Hold on, let me pause that real quick because I think he's. So it was because of this rapper. I forgot his name, but yeah, man. We gonna
Archuleta, 21, died shielding children in a closet. Amari Peterson, 14, straight A basketball star, shot in the chest. Maya Lupian, 8, her 9th birthday was supposed to be 2 weeks later.
That 'cause I
Journey
already
Rose
watched.
Guerrero,
We already
8,
watched it.
loved pink and learning new things every day. The shooters are still out there. No arrests for the massacre itself. Investigators say it was a targeted hit on rappers MB Nell and Flyboy Doey over Stockton gang beef. MB Nell got grazed and disappeared into hiding. The intended targets lived, the babies didn't. The sheriff calls the gunmen animals who broke every rule. No kids, no family events.
We all know that there are people out there that are violent and commit violent crimes, but these animals walked in and shot children at a children's birthday party. And none of us should stand for that.
9 days later, the streets know who did it, but fear and the no-snitch code keep mouths shut. A few people have been picked up, but none for the actual shooting. Luciano Guerrero, 22, Journey Guerrero's relative, parole violation, ankle monitor placed him at the party. Billy Williams, parole issues. 5 others nearby that night, weapons and gang charges, nothing tied to the banquet hall. 0 shooters in cuffs, $130,000 reward, tips anonymous. But one father's pain broke the internet. This is Patrick Peterson, Amari's dad, speaking days after burying his 14-year-old son.
I was like, I can't leave my baby right here. Like, you know, I had her in my arms and then I dove down there and then I look back over and I see people running away from my son and I see my son laying there crawling and I'm like, damn, Amari. So I jump back over the counter with the baby. At this point, the gunman left out of the building and then I had my baby and my girl was in the corner and they had all ran out the back door. So I'm like, I'm on top of Amari. I'm trying to grab him. I'm like trying to see where he's.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we already watched that. So, but let me go
To
back.
start a podcast with.
And yeah, man, I'm gonna end it right here. But that's why I say I think it's not. It's not. It's not. Let's watch this real
Use
quick.
on a song outside of you.
So I don't really, like I said, I don't really care about what's going on. Yeah.
So, you know, when you get that type of attention, you get the love from your city.
I see the hate though too. People more. I know. I came back from the show and started clapping at the car. I'm inside the car.
Pick up then.
Fucked it up. It's like.
So they could have just turned around and started shooting up your mother's house as well.
Yeah.
So if that's in front of your mother's house, then they must know where your mother lives and that type of shit situation. If they're basically following you home.
Yeah.
Or to your mother's house. I mean, that's kind of a frightening situation.
Yeah.
Because if they don't catch you, they might say, fuck it, let's go get the person closest to them.
Yeah.
That type of shit.
But I ain't like I said, I ain't gonna say too much, but it's like I know a lot more than, you know what I'm saying, they might think, but.
Yeah. How did you think this is happening?
Yeah, because when I parked just try to have them like.
Let that happen.
I'm just finding until I get into the right situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay.
Gang lyrics.
Yeah.
It is in front of my family's house. Man, shit, your life is more important than.
Okay, we're gonna go on to this one.
Now,
Nano used to be my brother, but he fuck with niggas. You chose your side, fuck with suckers, then you duck with niggas.
And Nano, that's my baby, you can call, there ain't no doubt.
Over Nano, I won't play it, niggas know it's that. Gotta keep that fan club. Niggas really want me gone. Put a couple of B's on this shelf before I made a song.
Why do that? Why make that decision?
Them niggas dead. Niggas ain't gotta, you feel me? They say them names sometimes, but like, them niggas dead, so it wouldn't matter if I say them names or not say that names, because them niggas not here, so it's like, fuck them niggas. Just bleep them shits out, that's how, like, let them wonder. Nah, because it's really them niggas, so it's like, we show them niggas no respect. Sometimes we just bleep that shit out, but you know who we talking about.
Who is this? So, hey, you fly K, 23K or what? Bro, niggas know what's up, bro. Nigga died with his kid.
How can my brand appear in AI search? How can I boost digital brand visibility? Introducing SEMrush.
Kids, they had no faith.
Now, Stockton police are working to piece together what led up to a deadly shooting outside of a home.
A 26-year-old man.
Oh, this a cold case. Nigga died.
We gonna stop it one time. You a fucking fly exterminator, but you ain't on no disrespectful shit.
Another head under my belt, it's a cold case. Nigga died with his kids, they had no faith.
Now, Stockton police are working to piece together what led up to a deadly shooting outside of a home.
A 26-year-old man was killed as two young children, just 5 and 6 years old, were inside the car.
Continues right now for the suspect in a deadly Stockton mass shooting. Good Sunday morning, and thank you for starting your day with us. I'm Austin Castro. Officials say it all happened inside a banquet hall in what is being described as a family gathering involving children.
If you in the streets, man, stop being around your kids. Stop being around the ones you love the most. It's not enough. You putting them at risk. You see, today we're going to Stockton, California, a place that's turning into a war that lost their lives. Public beef. I'll leave the link in the bio so you guys can get caught up. But now fast forward to Thanksgiving. This crew, public beef. I'll leave the link in the bio so you guys can get caught up. But now fast forward to Thanksgiving weekend. At this same rapper friend, daughter's birthday party, they get shot up, leaving 4 people deceased as of now. And over 10 shot. Not to mention 2 of the 4 that lost their lives was kids. Now, I know that was a long intro, but I want to make sure y'all stay on point, fam.
So let me hold on. So yeah, I'm gonna end it right here, but I'm gonna end it on this note though. I forgot who it was. I think it was Diddy. The Diddy situation. How they went and like they were shooting, they shot up something or something, and or maybe he did it. I don't know. It was something like that. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. So I definitely think this was because when I first heard this, I didn't even know it was about no motherfucking no rapping shit, no beef, no. But now that I'm here, now that I'm hearing that, yeah, it definitely sounds like maybe a sacrifice to me. I don't know. I might be wrong, but let me know what you think in the comments, man. All right, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I ain't took my headphones off, but I hope y'all still heard that, cause if not, I think I forgot what I even said. I said something about I didn't even know it was on no rap shit, no beat, no, you know what I'm saying. And now that I know that though, I definitely think it's a sacrifice. You feel me? I definitely think it was, you know what I'm saying. I don't know, but let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. And yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Okay, so I was in the middle of editing, right? And I seen this video. So I was like, hold on, man. I gotta come back and do a video on this. So the rapper Burna Boy is paying for the funeral. Now, why would he be doing that when it's all types of shit you could be doing for people every day, my nigga? And I think they say he ain't even been to Stockton before. Never even stepped foot down there. So hold on, let's get into this.
Latest developments out of Stockton, and tonight we're learning more about the 4 young people murdered in Saturday's mass shooting.
150 people gathered to celebrate innocence. A 2-year-old's birthday party, laughter echoing through a Stockton banquet hall, the scent of frosting thick in the air as hands reached for the cake. Then, in the space of a heartbeat, gunfire shattered everything. Children's shoes abandoned mid-flight, blood pooling where balloons had floated moments before. For young
Also, I do want this to be past the hour long because I wanted to put this on my podcast playlist, but
stolen.
So I'm also gonna get into another thing too.
Candles could even be lit. This isn't just another shooting. This is about what happens when violence finds the most innocent among us, and the questions we're left with when the shooters vanish into the night. Before we dive deep into this tragedy, if you're passionate about true crime and want to stay updated on cases that matter, hit that like button, subscribe to One Crime at a Time, and click the bell icon so you never miss a story that needs to be told. Let me take you back to Saturday evening, November 30th, 2025. It's around 6 o'clock in North Stockton, California, in an unincorporated area where Lucille Avenue meets Thornton Road. Inside a local banquet hall, families have come together for something pure and simple, a little girl's second birthday. Think about that for a moment. 2 years old, an age of wonder, of discovering the world, of joy in the smallest things.
I also seen in the comments too that it's a birthday party for a 2-year-old. Why would you have a whole bunch of grown folks there? Anyways, yeah, it's just supposed to be a few little kids and their parents, and boom, a little party. Chuck E. Cheese or something, you feel me? Or wherever y'all go, motherfucking VR, some type of VR arcade play, wherever the fuck you go, you feel me? That don't make sense.
There are between 100 and 150 guests packed into this space. Grandparents, parents, cousins, friends, children running around with that boundless energy kids have at parties. The cake is ready. Decorations cover the walls. It's supposed to be a memory they'd cherish forever. And it would be, just not in any way they could have imagined. Among the crowd is 14-year-old Amari Peterson, a kid who had everything ahead of him. This wasn't just any teenager. Amari carried a 3.8 GPA while playing basketball, football, and running track. The kind of young man teachers love and coaches depend on. He's there with his father, Patrick Peterson, who's keeping an eye on his kids like any protective parent does. Also in attendance is 8-year-old Maya Lupian, a 3rd grader whose mother works for the Stockton Unified School District. People who knew Maya described her as the most outgoing 8-year-old you'd ever meet. The kind of kid who likes...
So why is all these parents working around or working with kids? I'm not getting it.
A room just by walking in. There's another 9-year-old child there too, whose name has been kept private.
The mama, the first lady in the video that threw the party in the first place or something, supposedly. She did, the dude of Amari, the dad did of Amari, and whoever the other lady, the other that they just named.
Respect for the family. And then there's Susano Archuleta, 21 years old,
3,
young and full of life. These are just 4 of the many people gathered, but their names matter because in a few moments, they'll matter to all of us. Patrick Peterson later told investigators that his son Amari had just walked over to meet a rapper who was at the gathering. It was that kind of party, multi-generational, bringing together different corners of the community. The cake is being prepared for cutting. You can almost feel the anticipation in that room, can't you? The birthday girl is about to have her moment. Cameras are probably ready. Parents are calling kids to gather around. The great-grandmother, Teresa Spivey, is nearby, making sure everything goes smoothly. Then it happens. The first gunshot cracks through the celebration like thunder in a clear sky. Then another. And another. Patrick Peterson hears the shots and then...
And this is the main one that threw the party. She looked like she don't even care that it happened type shit.
Then another. And another. Patrick Peterson hears the shots and then, horror of horrors, sees a lone gunman wearing a face mask entering the hall. firing repeatedly in the direction where his son had just gone. The shooter appears to be aiming for that rapper Amari had walked over to meet, but bullets don't care about intentions. They tear through the crowd indiscriminately. All at once, that banquet hall transforms from celebration to chaos. Teresa Spivey would later describe what she experienced with raw clarity. All they heard were gunshots. Someone had just walked in and started shooting, and everyone fell to the ground. Babies falling. Everyone running. Can you imagine being in that space? The cognitive dissonance of hearing what your brain tells you can't possibly be gunfire at a child's birthday party, then realizing with absolute terror that it is? Patrick Peterson's eyes find his son in the mayhem. Amari is on the floor, crawling, shot above the heart. A father's worst nightmare playing out in real time. Patrick rushes to him, dropping to his knees, beginning CPR on his own child while gunfire still echoes around them. He's trying to breathe life back into his boy, trying to will him to stay, but some wounds are beyond a father's love to heal. Amari Peterson would die from his injuries, his promising life cut short at 14 years old. But Patrick's nightmare isn't thinking about himself. Witnesses later reported that he rushed to protect children and his girlfriend as a shield. She's getting children to safety, herding them into a nearby room while bullets fly. Susano Archuleta, heartbreaking humility, saying she just really wanted to say sorry to all the mothers out there who lost their kids at her birthday party.
I'm so sorry for everything.
Think about that. She's apologizing for something she had zero control over, zero responsibility for. Yet the guilt sits on her shoulders because it was her celebration where innocence died. She described having just started cutting the birthday cake when the gunshots rang out and everybody dove to the ground. That cake, symbol of celebration and sweetness, left abandoned as people fought for murdered at a party? That's a special kind of devastation, which is where an unexpected angel appeared. Burna Boy, the Grammy-winning Afrobeats artist from Nigeria, heard about the tragedy while listening to the Breakfast Club radio show. He was particularly moved by Amari Peterson.
It was on the Breakfast Club. I ain't gonna lie. I stopped watching the Breakfast Club. My dad, I watched them too for a cool minute, but then my dad started watching them a lot more than me when we was working together at his truck job. But after that, I kind of just started watching them, especially knowing what I know now. But damn, this was on the Breakfast Club, bro.
Story. So he reached out to entertainment executive WAC 100, who connected him with Stockton Vice Mayor Jason Lee, and Burna Boy made an offer. He would personally cover all funeral expenses for the 4 young victims. All of them. When asked why, his response was simple and profound. When I heard about the children murdered in Stockton, my heart broke. No family should ever face this kind of pain alone. Vice Mayor Jason Lee posted on Instagram about the gesture. Burna didn't know these families, but when he heard what happened, he stepped up with compassion. In a city that often feels forgotten, that often struggles with violence and poverty, this international superstar saw their pain and responded with generosity. It doesn't bring the children back, but it removes one burden from families drowning in grief. The community response has been powerful. Multiple GoFundMe campaigns were established. Local nonprofits came together to provide services, counseling, and resources. Governor Gavin Newsom ordered flags at the state capitol to fly at half-staff in honor of the victims. Congressman Josh Harder had conversations with the vice mayor about federal resources for the police department. Everyone wanted to do something, anything, to help. But the community is also demanding more than vigils and prayers. They want action. They want the shooters caught. Authorities are trying, but they're hitting walls. San Joaquin...
So, listen, bro. The dad said that he seen who it was, but didn't see who it was. Too much stuff ain't adding up. Too much stuff is not adding up here. But then they got Gavin Newsom out here doing shit. This is how you know something is going on, bro. Something ain't sitting right. And then Burna Boy paying for it. Burna Boy. I might just be taking it too deep, but Burna Boy is paying for it.
District Attorney Ron Freitas acknowledged the challenge directly. People are scared, he said. They don't want to come forward. They're fearful of retaliation. It's the age-old problem in communities affected by gang violence.
So y'all know who it is, but then don't know who it is, but scared to confront with who it is because of retaliation. But everybody is so sorry that it happened.
Violence born from genuine fear. If you talk, you might be next. So even witnesses to a mass shooting that killed children stay quiet, protecting themselves.
And how the cop, literally, I watched a video of this cop that tracked a person down just driving around on the streets. It was this young, this teenage girl. He tracked her down home because she drove past him speeding when he was already in the middle of a traffic stop. If they can do that bullshit, if they can track people down using fucking Ring cameras and shit like that, man, using just listen, bro, they can track people down for the most stupidest shit, but when it comes to the most importantest shit, they can never catch nobody. Why is that?
Their families from potential retribution. To break through that silence, authorities assembled a massive reward. The FBI put up $50,000. Stockton officials added $25,000. The Youth Peace and Justice Foundation contributed another $5,000. That's at least $75,000 for information leading to arrests. Sheriff Withrow had a message for the shooters, wherever they're hiding. Just know that we're coming for you. There's nothing you can do now. We're going to get you and we're going to hold you accountable. Strong words, but as days pass, the shooters remain free, walking streets, breathing air that 4 young people no longer can. Let's talk about what this shooting represents beyond the immediate tragedy. For the survivors, the trauma will last forever.
Hold on, I don't know if my fault if my OBS is in the middle. Hold on, let me move that down a little bit more. That was probably blocking up the screen too much. My fault. I don't know, but
where there will associate birthday parties with death. The sound of balloons popping might trigger panic attacks for years to come. Parents will struggle with survivors' guilt, asking themselves why their child lived when others died. First responders who arrived at that scene, they'll carry those images with them. The juxtaposition of birthday decorations and blood, of children's laughter, babies, toddlers, children, shooters are. Some of them might even be related to the shooters. But fear keeps mouths closed. So we have to ask ourselves,
so do you really want the problem solved then? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's just not right. They know who it is, but don't know who it is, but scared to say who it is because of a street code and because they scared of retaliation and shit. Bro.
Society have we created where people would rather let child killers walk free than risk speaking up? What does it say about us that we've normalized this level of violence to the point where witness intimidation is just accepted as how things work? Think about the 2-year-old at the center of all this. She's too young to understand what happened. She'll grow up knowing that 4 people died at her birthday party, including children not much older than she was. How do you carry that? How do you celebrate your birthday ever again knowing that date marks both your life and others' deaths? What do her parents tell her as she gets older and starts asking questions? Amari Peterson's mother said her son was full of life, laughter, the glue to their family. 3.8 GPA. Multi-sport athlete. 14 years old. Think about all the things he'll never do. Never go to prom. Never graduate high school. Never go to college.
I ain't see that video, but
never have children of his own. Never fulfill whatever potential lived inside him. All erased because he walked over to say hello. Where does Stockton go from here? Where do these families go from here? How do you rebuild a sense of safety in a community when children can be murdered at birthday parties? How do you celebrate a child's birthday? Remain free is another day they could hurt us. Minimal. Why? Is it because it happened in Stockton and not a wealthier community? Is it because we've become so desensitized to gun violence that unless the death toll reaches double digits, it doesn't register as significant enough for sustained attention? What does that say about us? I want you to really sit with something for a moment. The FBI has set up a dedicated tip website for this shooting. The sheriff's office has investigators working overtime. The reward money keeps climbing. Someone knows who did this. Someone saw something. Someone heard something. But will they speak? Will fear of retaliation continue to protect murderers of children? And if they do speak up, will it be in time to prevent these shooters from hurting someone else? Because here's the thing about...
I ain't gonna even lie right now, fam. I know it's somebody that they know who it is, but scared to say who it is. Nigga, it's niggas out here snitching for motherfucking clout. It's niggas out here snitching for motherfucking candy bars and shit for fucking their last meal to be McDonald's and shit, my nigga. You said, bro. So I don't that bro ain't no way, bro. This shit ain't saying right.
Willing to shoot up a child's birthday party. They've crossed a line most people won't cross. They've demonstrated a capacity for violence that doesn't discriminate or hesitate. If they did this once, what stops them from doing it again? Every day they remain free is another day they could hurt someone else. Another day some other family could receive the worst news of their lives. So what happens now? Where does Stockton go from here? Where do these families go from here? How do you rebuild a sense of safety in a community when children can be murdered at birthday parties? How do you convince young people that there's a future worth investing in when violence can erase that future in seconds? How do you break cycles of gang violence when retaliation breeds more retaliation in an endless spiral of bloodshed? These aren't rhetorical questions. These are genuine challenges that community leaders, law enforcement, educators, parents, and residents have to grapple with every single day. And there are no easy answers. More police? Better community programs? Economic investment? Gun control? All of the above? None of it brings back Amari Maya, the 9-year-old, or Susano. None of it about Burna Boy's gesture again. Here's someone who's never been to Stockton, who didn't know any of these families, who has zero connection to this tragedy beyond shared humanity. Yet he heard the story and responded with compassion and generosity. Meanwhile, people who were in that room, who saw everything, remained silent. What does that contrast tell us about where we are as a society?
No, he might have some connection to it.
The calls for justice continue.
And if he don't, he do now.
Vigils have been held. Candles lit. Prayers offered. Social media is filled with demands for the shooters to be caught. But rage and grief don't solve cases. Evidence does. Witness testimony does.
And listen, I didn't even know it was that big of a case, bro. But yeah, I just seen this and had to make a video on that. I ain't gonna lie to you, cause shit is not sitting right with that one. Also, let's go ahead and jump over to this one. Now, I did a little short on this video, and my computer is finna die. Whoa, okay. Well, I'm gonna make it a little short now. So yeah, the charger ain't in here. So I'm gonna make this a little short. So it was a teen that was pretty much arrested for allegedly setting a sleeping homeless man on fire, bro. Bro, what the fuck is going on, my nigga? He set a sleeping homeless man on fire. This shit gotta be capped. Hold on. Actually, it is capped because now I didn't do the geometry on that one. But on this one, my nigga, look at all these threes. 3 train on a 3 train around 3 a.m. on 34th Street, Penn Station in Manhattan. That's that nigga peeking right there. That's that nigga peeking. I don't know. It's a Carrero allegedly approached the victim and set his legs on fire. Investigators said Carrero then allegedly fled the train right when the doors were closing, according to the complaint. What the fuck? Now listen. That shit is. Then he's showing his face and If he was to do that, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't just openly just want to be caught. And like, what was it for? It say the victim. Was there any motive bond? Like, what was the point? Hold on. The victim was still covered in flame. Oh, well, I'm out. I don't. No, I'm gonna read this to y'all. I was kind of reading. The victim was still covered in flames when he exited the subway car at Times Square. The next stop, the complaint said surveillance footage showed him sitting on a platform with flames rising from his upper legs. Law enforcement responded. Guerrero made his initial appearance in court. Federal magistrate order released him. Prosecutors appealed to district court. So he got free off that shit, bro. Like, listen, yeah, that shit. Yeah, bro. Ain't no way that shit. Nah, bro. Look at this one. This was December 6th. Man arrested in stabbing. Social worker killed in horrific. So listen, now you see how all these things is happening? They really getting ready to set in this 2030 agenda and make it more safer with surveillance and all that bullshit. That's really what they trying to do, bro. Ain't no way, my nigga. Ain't no motherfucking way. Look, death of Texas college student following football tailgate. Bro, look at all this shit. All on ABC News with the one eye, my nigga. $5 p.m. 22nd Street. 33. Oscar Solorzano, 33, has been charged. Look at all these, bro. On this side right here. Looking at all them motherfuckers. And that shit is gonna be, hold on, I might go to all of them. Fuck you. Let's see. Get that shit. Okay. Yeah. 51. Police say as 31. The victim age was initially reported by police as 31. Suspect was identified as 34-year-old. Why is it always 34, 33, motherfucking 31, 32, 31, 32. Nigga, look at that nigga, boy. Hell nah. Damn. Look at that one. 6-year-old girl dies after go-kart accident at trampoline park. New York City ties its record for longest stretch without a homicide. Okay, what's up? What's up? But bro, yeah. Yeah, man, that shit crazy, bro. But yeah, man, that shit ain't no way. Let's look at that one. He said that okay, we did that one. But man, bro, setting a homeless man on fire. And is this supposed to be the dude? That's him. And then That kinda don't even look like the same person. Bro, mustache super long right there. Then it stopped right there at his lip. But it look like his mustache on this photo keep on going. I can't really see, but it kind of look about like the same thing. And it looks thicker. Okay, that one about, yeah. That one about long too. Yeah, I don't know, bro. See, shit like that, my nigga. I don't even. I be thinking that shit count, bro. Now, granted, there was this quote I seen that I forgot who it was from, and it said that pretty much. Damn, I forgot how it went. I said it on one of my last videos. I forgot which one it was, but it was either that last Kanika Jenkins one I did, or I forgot. I don't even know, but go back and look. But man, bro, he said something like pretty much we gonna be put out so much fake news that when we do start putting out real news, you ain't gonna even know what's real. You ain't gonna even believe it's real no more. Sort of like the boy who cried wolf. You feel me? So. I can't even tell you, bro. At this point, I still don't even think so. A lot of these is real, but some of them might be real. It's just to the point where I can't even trust what they say anymore. So I don't even, you feel me? I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to come back and make this video just a little longer and touch back on that little Burner Boy thing and say I didn't know that this was even that long. And because my damn shit finna finna die. But, and I gotta charge it. But yeah, I just had to come back and touch on that a little bit. And I forgot to do this one, this homeless man setting them on fire one. I forgot so much shit with these all on the side, my nigga. But yeah, man. Alright. I'ma go end it off right here, man. I catch y'all when I catch y'all.